And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. Dancing to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Flushed out right. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Alert, 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 alert.
4th down, Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now here's Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce. 28 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving.
Oh, eluding the tackle. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Mayfield now. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Mayfield looks to throw. That is caught. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try it now with Irving. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Kings.
Mayfield. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
To throw, Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down.
And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Mahomes now to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Real. Hurry!
Throwing, Mayfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Here's Mayfield. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Tershawn Wharton breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it? Did a great...
Under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now Mahomes. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
They go play fake. Mahomes to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And again, it's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense. Blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Yellow. Attack.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Flush to his right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is caught by Evans. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Now a give. Irving running right.
Room here to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Mayfield going to switch things up here.
Hurry, hurry! Done! What's up?
Straight ahead, it's Irving.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Set. Pistol. Done.
Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
What's up?
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. McLaughlin for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 43, 40,
Mahomes will throw.
Eluding the pressure right.
Finding Kelsey. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. Here comes 2nd down. Mahomes to throw it.
Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Mahomes.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Mahomes.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last point of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no point points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. Next on Madden Football.
From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're off in Detroit. Khalif Raymond to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Throwing right away here, Goff. Able to find right. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 31. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Running it with David Montgomery. Breaks the tackle, still going. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Nnamdi Madubuike making that stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Running on second with Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Goff on 3rd. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard's Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Lamar off the play fake. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Lamar now from the gun. Finding Flowers. And he crosses his sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Lamar out of the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again, following the sack. Complete, Derrick Henry. Galloping inside the 40. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some points every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force a punt and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Do we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right. Because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league. And the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Raymond on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Off play action, Goff. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he goes out, just needed one more step to reach midfield. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
They go play action with Goff. He puts some juice on it deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Deontay Hardy to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Aguilar with the grab. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Lions will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And he'll get it up to the 27. 2nd and 3 now. From the 27. St. Brown there to bring it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. This is ahead for about 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the 42. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Throwing is gone. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Jack Fox on the punt. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Baltimore running its offense out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. 1st down throw for Jackson. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Motioning him from the slot right. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and moves. That's one.
A surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
And again, it's Jackson. Bateman hauls it in. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Third and a lone yard coming up. Now Jackson off the play action. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's Henry on the option. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Has it in close. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Lamar now from the gun. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Raymond on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, I'd say very promising. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Goff on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Throw complete to Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Tight end going in motion here. On 1st down, it's Goff. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he's a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before going out. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing again, it's Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a field goal lead in our opening quarter. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines, because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker, because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions take a 4-point lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Throwing now on 1st down. It's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Second and 3 now. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. From midfield on 2nd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Slot man in motion right. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
Assignments were tested, and they were ready for it defensively. That's an excellent stop at the line. And it's going to make this offense seriously question revisiting that call.
Here's Jordan Stouts coming on again to punt. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this will stick him back a ways. That punt hits and jumps out of bounds near the 14. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. 1st down throw from Goff. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the gun, Goff. That one's caught a big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to throw, Goff. Finds him over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A give up the gut to Montgomery. Flies past the 1st, inside the 30. And they finally get to him at the 15. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
1st down from the red zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions get 6 more on their early advantage. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. And that is his 3rd touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here? Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions drive their lead to 11. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This, our last play of the quarter. 1st down, here's Lamar. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackled by Jack Campbell. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. 21-10, our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Out of the gun, Henry. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Lamar off the play fake. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Lions headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Throwing is gone. Into traffic, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Goff. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Here from the 40. Goff back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And it sets up 2nd down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
He finds Laporta. Running in the red zone. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions make it a 3-possession game. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a 2nd half to match this one. Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions push their lead to 18. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Hardy on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3. Caught by Flowers. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, Jackson. Bateman hauls it in. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
This is Henry on 2nd. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Play action now with Jackson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Carlton Davis. And the Lions will take over along the midfield stripe after a terrific return on top of that interception. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. There has been nothing that can stop them, so we got to assume this drive, Brock, likely going to end in a touchdown as well. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Goff to the air now. Throw complete to Williams. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Motion man sent left. Short pass brought in. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down, ball at the 36. One of the tight ends in motion left. Off play action, Goff. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, well, he hops on the ball and he saves the day.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
It'll be another punt. Jack Fox out there once again. Steven Sims deep to return. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. From the gun, a run for Henry. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. It's an option to the left side. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Jackson now on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lamar now from the gun. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Second and 3 now. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves them with 3rd and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Motioning one of the tight ends. 2nd and 4. Taken in by Likely. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion right. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Second and 3 now. Play action. Here's Jackson. Caught near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Offense to the line for second down. And again, it's Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Henry on the catch. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Jackson's going to throw again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Staring at 4th down, the Ravens with Justin Tucker to try for 3. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. Bullock's kick is good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead. And that's going to award their offense a first down. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. The Ravens pushing for a late spark before halftime. The loss sets them up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Sending a tight end in motion left. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson bails out of the pocket quick. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore! The Ravens chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it an 11-point ball game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Raymond on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First down throw from Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage versus zone. It's all about that anticipation and accuracy. And if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Throwing again, it's Goff. Patrick with the catch. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, Goff finds Laporta. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. We've arrived at halftime here in Detroit. The Lions defending their building. They've got the lead at the break. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Lions got a very strong performance out of their quarterback, Jared Goff. He was on point repeatedly, ultimately finishing with 4 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters alone. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Hardy on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be fiery to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send Aguilar in motion left. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle them up before it came to fruition.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. He's going to push one deep down the road. That's grabbed inside the 30. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. Jackson throwing for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Craig Reynolds to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. 4 of them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. On 1st down, it's Goff. This is complete to Patrick. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. Throw complete to Williams. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. The tight end going in motion right. Montgomery now up the middle. And he's able to work this down to the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off play action, Goff. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Running this with Montgomery. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
1st down, ball at the 36. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Goff. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Sending a receiver left. From the 18 on 2nd down. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
And in for the Detroit touchdown. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Dump off caught by his back.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. 1st down, here's Lamar. This finds Likely. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now a run with Henry. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15 one game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson looking to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Now Jackson off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They bring their tight end left. Now Jackson on 3rd down. This one's to Andrews outright. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. Got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Henry on the catch. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And the Lions sinking pass here. Dime package, 3rd down coming up. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
3rd and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's not just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. 3rd and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. First field goal was good. His 2nd look from inside of 45 yards. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Reynolds with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over.